We back. We back. We back. We at it again. Oh, it is cold. I got the trap suit jumping. It's like 36 degrees out here. Man, it's cold. It is cold. And I wanted to talk today about walking, how it helps, what it deals with. And it's cold. It's cold. I'm just going to keep saying that it's cold. You know, it's really cold out here. Like it has me hesitant to do what I said I was gonna do because it's cold. But needless to say, hey, y'all see the title? I'm actually gonna be outside walking. That's the crazy part. So I'm back at it. Y'all hear me? These telemarketers be calling 24/7. They the mob, man. They do not stop. But be that as it may, like I said, trying to get my gloves out of here. We're gonna be walking. That's what I'm about to get ready to do. Gotta put on my lime green gloves so I get this party started. Know what I'm saying? Truck running. And like they say, we outside. What's going on, cool gamer? Trying to put these gloves on. It's cold out here. Like I said, if you see the title, you should already know what it is. Woo! I'm outside. It is cold. So I don't even know what to say. It's too cold out here. Um, Mainly the benefits of walking, man, for your health. You want to get into a regimen of doing something, preferably exercise. A lot of people don't want to exercise. So this is the best thing, hit the pavement and start walking. So helps your joints, blood flow, you know, helps with heart attacks. People, stressed out a lot. I'm tell you right here, you walking in this cold weather, it's definitely getting the blood flowing. You know, I even got the can't all right. I'm a little jumper on, overall jumper. So I'm very much insulated. And I got like a wool jacket on, so I'm good. Like I said, I'm outside. Whew, and it is cold. And say the least, getting out here, doing a little walking, actually feels good. You know, got this ankle been giving me problems. So this actually gonna make it hurt a little more, but until strengthen it. So I'm be walking on it all today. So cold, you know. But like they say, health is your wealth, and you actually have to get into, like I said, regimen of doing this every day. I might not walk every day because I'm running around at my job, but the biggest thing with me is doing some form of exercise. Dealing with these kids, I got to show my sons, how to do this. So finna start working out my sons now. They in the karate. So now we're gonna be working out together more, trying to build up their little muscles. And now it's time to go back and buy the punching bag back. When they were younger, they played with the punching bag. I ended up giving it to my oldest son, he 23, and he in the kickboxing and Muay Thai, all that. So, it was a good use for him. But my sons were too young. They played with it more or less than actually exercise with it, with my intention of buying it for. So for the most part, get that back and then go from there. Even with my wife, you know, we have kettlebells, dumbbells, and uh, resistant bands. And the crazy part about it is I never knew how good those resistant bands work until I actually started using them myself in the parking lot, even though it's trucks over here, but you got cars fly through every once in a while. But I never knew how good those resistance bands were until I actually started using them. And I was like, man, I think they look girly. You got the little band on your knees, and then you got to use them on your arms and stuff like that. And not knowing how to use them, so just putting them on and just like what I'm supposed to do, that was the thing with me. But actually doing the exercises that they provide for those, you really feel the burn. You actually really feel the burn. But say the least, for the most part, man, those bands are no joke. You know, and then getting into, you actually doing little small things like just using a chair for exercise. I seen one where they had a person sitting in the chair, press their hands up, push their butt off the chair, sit it back down. Push their butt off the chair again, sit it back down. Push their butt off the chair again. Just simple stuff like that. Get your arms worked out. As far as your stomach, doing crunches, same approach. You know, get to the edge of the chair, kick your feet out, lift your feet up off, the ground, have it hovering a little bit, extend your arms, bring them back down. You're working your core. So a lot of times, just simple exercise. What's going on, boss lady Denise? Simple exercises, just like from home, not using no equipment. Another one is just extending your arms out to the wall. Extending your arms out to the wall, going down in the squat position, extend them out, and then just keep repeating that process. Works a whole lot. Just basic stuff. Like I said, using a chair to actually um, do your push-ups. Uh, hard for most, having that lean and trying to push up and everything at the same time. I guess that's more something to people that are a little more advanced because you got to have that good balance for it. But hey, that's the thing. But like I said, say the least, the benefits of you just exercising helps your health, man. Like now, this weight on my knees. That's the main reason why I want to, get my weight down is provide a little, relief on my knees. Even for my body aspect of me losing the weight, I'm more healthy. I can move more, be more better. I'm fast now, so just increase my speed. And then with me coaching and stuff, helping with those kids as well, showing them the, benefits of health. You know, me getting down to a proper weight to where I can beat up on a lot of the smaller kids more. But, say the least, it's a lot of benefits of, losing weight. Like I say, you add more to your life, you know, take the pressure off your knees from all that weight. I know a lady, she got to have hip surgery, and she can't have her hip surgery because she weigh too much. It's gonna My bad. I didn't mean to spit. I thought I had put it on mute. But with her trying to get her hip surgery, it's not gonna work. You have all this weight you're carrying, and you're trying to get a hip surgery. You're just gonna throw your hip back out. Doctors told her she have to lose at least about 40, 50 pounds before they even give her the surgery. Other than that, it's not gonna work. So, just in general, a lot of people go through this struggle, bro. And it's just dealing with the weight, that pressure on your body, you know, and that's one of the main things because even with your back, you know, actually walking helps your back, but at the same time, a lot of people don't stretch a lot. I actually have one of those pulse massagers that they give you at the chiropractor, where it feels like, to me, it feels like when they turn it up real high, it's like ants walking up your spine. And so I actually bought one of those. Man, that thing miracles for me. I have the one that it has four different wires that you can add. What is it? Four wires, eight suction cups, the stickies, to where this thing works for every similar, pretty much part of your body. I can put one on my knees, one on my knees, one on my other knee, one on my back, and another one, let's say, on my shoulders. So I can be working all four different areas of the body at one time with this thing. And it's all going on different wavelengths. As they have different settings for them. So you have a shoulder setting, you have a knee setting, you have an ankle setting, but then it also has settings for the cups, the cuption, the tapping. Like I say, with like the ants, that's more like the tapping sensation. You have the couple one where it's like somebody's just kind of pushing on it hard, and then they have like a circular motion to where it's like a tap tap real hard, and the vibration just for a minute, and the tap tap and it keeps going like that. So there's several different settings on there. So I got that thing. Smoke work wonders for my back, for my knees, my ankles. Anytime I have like little pain and issues that feel like it's trying to do something, I put that massage on there. I'm back at it and I'm live again. You know, but like I say, losing the weight also just more or less just increase your longevity. You know, uh, just like I always be getting on Alonzo about him smoking cigarettes. That's the same rule apply to me. Go Professor, always, jokes and get on me about my weight because he tells me, you have boys that you want to live for. You know, you can easily go out of this world by not taking care of your health and not losing the weight. So, that's good that he holds me accountable for that. Jamil, what's going on? Dr. Mark. And that's the biggest thing, losing the weight. And Dr. Mark, man, this guy is awesome, man. You go swimming 3 times a week, Hey, we joke around. Hey, I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be like you when I grow up. Man, you so active. I seen you go there with your mom yesterday. I think I seen the replay of it and everything. But man, just a lot of energy working, doing your thing, keeping your body healthy, man. You know, just like even when you was talking about the relationship of the two older couples, messing around with each other on the train, like they have so much joy, and you see the love that they have with each other. I was looking at the whole video. I came in on, like I said, the replay, but I do my usual. You always say, hey, hit the like button, hit that share, make a comment, and then if you're not sub, go ahead and sub. So, I'm always doing that. If I catch videos and I have the time, I try to look at the whole thing. Even with Jamie and her video, I gotta try that lasagna, like lasagna soup. I'm like, that was something different. We up here trying to lose weight, and I'm up here trying to get ready to eat. Hey, but you got to eat. But yeah, man, that thing, I was like, then the bread, that's what got me. Dipping with the bread, with the lasagna, and I already had that taste of how I want to put a certain seasons in there, make it a little spicy lasagna, you know. And then, I'm different. So I was gonna use something like a Alfredo type sauce to make a veggie lasagna, to have my lasagna noodles in there, have my vegetables in there, cheese, Alfredo sauce over it, well seasoned, a lot of paprika. I like paprika, and the smoked paprika, man, that's the best. Smoked paprika. And so basically, going into that, man, you making me hungry now. But what's going on, Kay? Yeah, man, because I mean, you really sit there, Dr. Mark, and you get your grind on, man, with your life, man. You always happy and joyful about life, man. The way you experience it and talk about things, you know, it's just a joy, man. And to see at your age be so happy, it's so many people that are older just miserable nowadays. You know, you don't get that many people that just happy about life. They miserable. They have everything bad to talk about. And then they find a little good, but then they mix it with more bad. So, needless to say, like I said, with me out here walking, it was the whole intent for me to, get out here and do my walk. And I think starting next week, I'm looking into it. Um, Me and Gold Professor was talking before, and he was telling me the best way to, set your page up, preferably go on the camera majority of the time, and also to, set certain days because, I, even though it's what I'm trying to promote and preach, I know everybody's not gonna want to talk about finance every day, but I can add finance into everything that I'm doing. Like now, I was saying that your health is your wealth. So, you know, considering that you take care of yourself, to join the wealth that comes with that, you know, from your family, from yourself, because, if you're able to take care of yourself, the benefit of you not paying all this money when you get older. I heard a Pastor Barner, from the Barner Brothers. They have a series online called Mountain Wings, and I've always, go over there and look at their sermons and stuff. And one time he was saying that there was a guy who spent all his youth trying to make money and avoided his health. And then as he got older, he spent all his money trying to get his health back. And so that's like one of the biggest things that a lot of people neglect their health young. I mean, I'm at fault big for that. We had a conversation on Miss T channel the other day, and me and Big Rooster was talking about that with Rambo. Rambo was saying how he worked 24 hours. And I was like, man, you must be young. He was like, nah, I'm in my 40s. And I was like, okay. I say, I'm just thinking about it. Then the way he explained it, that he was supposed to work 18 hours anyway. So he's like, hey, why not just add 6 more hours onto that? And I was like, man, I remember when I was young, like in my 20s, I would do 18, 24 hours, no, really 22 hours, because I would give me 2 hours of sleep and get right back up and go work. You know, it's about Netflix. I can't. Okay. But yeah, oh man, Netflix has a lot of nice stuff I've been looking at. I've been sharing this guy video. I actually subbed to his channel, and Netflix has a financial series in which, I never knew that Netflix did more on documentaries, because you always see the TV shows, you see the movies that they provide. They do a lot on documentaries. So I seen the my son, he always telling me about the nature stuff because he's into that. So if I go on his profile, I see a lot of, nature stuff, animals, the kingdom, the insect kingdom, the animal kingdom, all that, the sea world and all that. He's very much into that. My older son, he wanted to be a marine biologist, and he was going to the military for that, but he scratched all that because, like, I tried to tell him when he was younger. I said, man, you gotta watch the profession you in, because that was the same thing with me when I was wanting to be an artist. My art teacher told me, he was like, you can be an artist, but I would say pick another career because art is a hard career to break out of. And he said, needless to say, I'm an art teacher and you've seen my art. He said, I've sold pieces for $10. I've sold pieces for I think he said the most he sold something was like 8,000 or 10,000, you know. But the thing of it is, like he was saying, it's hard to break into art. So picking a career that's gonna give you longevity, that was his main motivation. So I was like, okay. So that's why I wanted to go into fashion. And nothing wrong with me going into fashion. It was gonna be a good career for me to jump into. But being that I got older, the first couple of things I did was assess, if I'm not going to college, what career can I go into that's gonna give me, a lot of money, and I don't have to do this 4 year something if I'm not going to college, or if I'm not going to pursue this art. And I can still do art. I can still, make money and everything. And that was me going into trucking. You know, Me and my friend was talking for the most part, and we were saying that, when it comes down to it, without us getting a degree, sorry about that, us to focus more on trades. And so that's what I, took up into plumbing and, learning about being an electrician and stuff like that. I just don't want to get shot. That is one of my biggest things about going into being an electrician, is getting shot. So that's why I not really dove into that as much. Carpentry, to me, carpentry is basically easy. You know, Measure twice, cut once. Um, Learning the trade, what type of wood to use. I mean, just certain things about carpentry is just common knowledge to me. It should be, but more than that, just design what you want, and for the most part, just having it yourself to have a creative mind. Same thing as in art, having that creative mind. A lot of carpenters, they build just some of the most beautiful things, and to some people it might look like nothing, but for the most part, hey, it's your design. What's going on, Juice with Jay? See, yeah, I know. I know you swim every day. Do you walks, push ups? See, I got to get in that every day. I don't like throughout the week and stuff like that. And being on no medication, you know how much of a blessing that is at 66. Man, you know how many people, my brother's on blood pressure pills now, my cousin's on blood pressure. High blood pressure runs in my family. I go to the doctor. Last time I did a checkup, was it? No, it wasn't this time. It was the time before, previous I did my physical. And they were saying my pressure was high. And you know what I told the doctor? And they laughed at me. I was like, man, I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm like, my blood pressure ain't high. And they was like, oh, well, yes, it is. And it was crazy because when I actually talked to this young physician, He's actually in college now. He was at Mercer University over here by our house, where I used to stay at actually. But you know, um, but the crazy part, we had a conversation, and we started talking. And he was like, "Well, let me check something out," because he's like, "You're right. Your pressure is never high." And I was like, "Well, maybe I don't know. It's something that you guys using a machine or something." I say because I don't stress, and due to my pressure, the way I eat, I don't eat salt. It things that can, kind of push my pressure to be high. Because I mean, it's just more than stress, but everything else adds up to it too to make you have a high blood pressure. And I say majority of those things I don't have issues with. So he went and assessed the issue, found out it was the cup because my arms were big. He said, "Well, your arms must have got bigger or something because that's the reason why, they were reading that you had high blood pressure." I said, "Okay, that's what it is," because I knew it was something. So until don't have high blood pressure, not on those blood pressure pills, because like I said, majority of my family on that, And hey, uh, juicing with Jay, he can stand it. I mean, doing a lot of juicing, that man knocks your pressure down. You know, um, with me losing a lot of weight, I start juicing, cutting out on bread and eating meat, knocked down tremendously. And there's one guy on YouTube. He does his daily vlog on living with diabetes, and you know, I wanted to try to reach out to him and see if he can deal with this regimen of actually, going vegan for a while to try to get that pressure, you know, and get the his blood sugar down. So a lot of times we look at the doctors on trying to heal us, but realistically, you can heal yourself. Cut back. Even one of my younger brother, he was eating soups and noodles and all kind of crazy stuff, and the doctor told him he had high blood pressure. Is start a regimen on putting him on high blood pressure pills. He's like, "I'm not taking that stuff," because I think he said he took it for a week. He got lightheaded. He was like, "Nah, man, that's not for me." End up uh just doing some research for himself. He ended up saying, "Man, it's the food I eat. Stop eating all that soup, everything." Yeah, what's going on, Queen? And so just stop eating all them soup, noodles, all that stuff with sodium and just killing them bad. And pressure went down. Didn't have to go on no blood pressure pills. And the doctor even told him, he's like, "Man, you're fortunate." He said, "I tried to give you this stuff and you made the adjustment and changed your life." He said, "You know how many people don't want to do that? That's why we're forced to put them on these blood pressure pills." It's not like they can't change their life. Most people don't want to change their life. You know, that's the same thing me about losing weight. It's not that, you know, me not wanting to lose the weight. It's just I got to do the work. And far in between, so many people don't want to do the work. That's why they're in the position that they're in. You know, that's the bad part with most people. You're not even giving things a chance. Off the rip, you're just like, "Man, I'm not changing my life for nobody." The funny part is, and this goes against men and women, majority of relationships are lost due to the significant other being stubborn. I don't want to change my life. You know, I want to, you know, I don't want to conform to this man or this woman the way they're telling me. I want to live my life. I want to do, you have guys that want to spend and hang out with their friends and wild out and stuff. One of my friends, it was crazy. This guy has three girls, and at the time, his other friend, no kids, partying every night. He's hanging with this guy all the time. He goes leave his girl of 3 kids to try to just go have fun and just hang out all the time. He realized, man, that wasn't the life he really wanted, and so ultimately he ended up having to get another woman because that she wasn't taking him back. She was like, "Nah, you made your bed, lay in it." And he was looking crazy, ultimately mad. Now he's on child support. Oh man, she did me dirty. I'm like, you wanted to live your best life. It's kind of crazy saying that for a man. I mean, I say that for a woman, but to say a man want to live his best life, it's just funny. I don't know. It's like the new age of responsibility doesn't apply for most of these younger guys, even guys of my age, and I'm a millennial. So, but it's just funny to say that. But he wanted to live his best life, and now, you know, he's tipping the scale of living his worst life. Ended up getting remarried, got 2 kids by her, so he got 5 kids total. Going through the hell raising with this girl. Nice woman, but she has her days where she want to spaz out, and like Diddy say, he got to take that. Versus dealing with that other woman, she submissive, cooked and cleaned for him, did a lot of things for him. But she even, you know, not even I don't want to say let the guy party, but she let him do his thing, have his fun. He's a man. She wasn't to the point of trying to control him, but just tell him, hey, you got boundaries. You're in a relationship with me. There's some things that we have to focus on, you know. And it was the thing too with me being married young at 25. My friends, they were partying and having fun. I was hanging with them too. But it got to a point where I told them, I said, some days, man, I'm not kicking it with y'all, you know. And it wasn't that I was, oh man, I got a family. No, I got responsibilities. And that's the thing with most people. They don't focus on their responsibilities till it's too late. You know, I'm not gonna go down that road with the women, but say the least, a lot of women they had great relationships. Sometimes I would say a lot of them weren't so great to them, but they were beneficial and it worked. There was some things that probably need to be adjusted in a relationship. They could have adjusted both sides, and a relationship would have worked. But like the old dance, it takes two to tango. You know, both of them benefit off the relationship, but both of them were good. A lot of the stuff that Kevin said, I didn't agree with everything, but when it came down to most things, what he was saying about relationships, working out, and people cheating and being abusive, I don't condone that 100%. But you know, I seen the one where, and I'm gonna be done with this going on, Lonzo. Man, I was like, you went live. I was like, man, I'm over here working, about to get ready to do my live. I'm gonna catch the replay though, Alonzo. But needless to say, when it come down to things with the relationship aspect, you got to be ultimately trying to pick someone you want to marry. You know, when I got to a point when I was like, man, it's cool dating, but I want a relationship. I want to go ahead and get married early. I want kids early. And that's when I started saying, not all this um, just dating and having fun. I actually want somebody to grow older with. My cousin, he explained that to me when I was thinking about getting married. He said, man, you want somebody you want to go older with. You don't want someone that you can always have fun with. Because when is the fun going to ever stop? And, it was a lot of food for thought he gave me to help me make my decision on getting married, looking at the future, and ultimately picking the right person. You know, he was divorced and in his second relationship, and he would just give me some things that he took for granted or he did wrong in his first relationship to make it understandable going into this. And I was like, okay, I took his advice and I ran with it. But needless to say, I'm about to get ready to jump off of here. About to get into some work, but this was walking for your health today. Shout out to everybody that came through. Always we here and we gone.